Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Boom Vigilante. You see the PV in the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into our show, and we appreciate all of your support. We're coming up on 2 years monetized. So you can see below, there's great ways to support the show. There is Venmo, there's Patreon. You get a lot of bonus content on Patreon and on Rockfin as well. There's a Rockfin premium level. You can also just sign up for Rockfin for free, and it's scrolling below rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, and just go tip certain videos on Rockfin. It's a blockchain, and they pay us in cryptocurrency. So all the content creators, they don't censor anybody, and $10 a month on Rockfin Premium gives you premium access to the entire platform, everybody's catalog of stuff, which is a pretty good deal. And then go to grahamelwood.com and sign up for our newsletter. I'm going to be announcing tour dates. My out March 2nd. It's called Manifest It. It will be on the All Things Comedy YouTube channel. More information on that to come. But one of the things I like talking about on this show is climate solutions, because we're in the middle of climate collapse. I don't mince any words about that at all. And anyone that doesn't think climate change is real is either working directly for the fossil fuel industry, or they've been drinking the fossil fuels Kool-Aid, because they spend tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on climate disinformation to say climate change isn't that big of a deal, because they're the ones that stand to lose the most money if the whole world pivots away from fossil fuels, which we absolutely need to do. One of the things I like to show, though, is that there's solutions happening right now. And all we need is more adoption. And I cannot stress this enough, that sorry about that. We'll cut that out. I cannot stress this enough, that we don't need to wait for some sort of like crazy science fiction invention down the road that's going to be some sort of magic bullet, some silver bullet, if you will. Because the solutions are, I show you almost on a weekly basis, solutions that people are already doing right now, that scientists have already figured out. And some of them are regional. They might not be applicable to the entire planet, but they're applicable to certain types of climates and regions and geographies. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. And I just want to show you there's all these solutions out there. So here's one of them. And this is from Mike Hudema, who I follow on Twitter, because I don't know the man personally. He just constantly puts, we've covered some of his tweets, because he talks about solutions that are being done right now today. They're not like, well, wouldn't it be neat if somebody did this? It's happening. This farm produces 15% of Australia's annual truss tomatoes using solar power and seawater. It uses zero fossil fuels, zero soil, zero pesticides, zero groundwater. That is an enormous amount of water that this farm is saving, and soil that it is saving. And then because it's not putting the pesticides and not using fossil fuels, it doesn't have a negative carbon footprint. So this is it right here. Let's watch that again. Just say that real quick. The facility is processing 1 million liters of water per day. So this is really fascinating. We've talked about hydroponics before. And I mean, this is the kind of thing where, so this is really innovative. They're using solar power to near the ocean to desalinize so they can use the water, right? And I think it's going to take a bunch of solutions like this. I think hydroponics, as we've talked about more, in the past on this show, this is the kind of solutions that could feed a city. This is the kind of stuff, and we got 8 billion people on the planet now, folks, 8 billion. So if we do these traditional ways of water, soil, fertilizer, I mean, we don't have the resources for that anymore. We can't afford it. And no fossil fuels were used. I mean, and 17,000 tons of tomatoes a year. This is just one place in South Australia. So, I mean, this could be done in California. This could be done on the Gulf of Texas. This could be done any of the Gulf states. This could be done any of the coastal areas of the continent of Africa, of the continent of South America. I mean, this is like the kind of stuff that I like, these sort of inventive ideas that somebody comes up with. And what I like about it is they already have the data. There isn't like, well, let's see if it works. No, that's what this video is. It's showing you the data, and it also, in a controlled environment, less like, not a farmer, but there's less likelihood of these tomatoes, getting hit with a windstorm or whatever, this or that, hurricane or whatever. Obviously a hurricane could destroy the building, but those sort of severe weather events, it's suddenly the temperature, in that part of Australia drops below zero, and it normally never does that. And all the crops, it damages the crops for that season or whatever. So it's really innovative. And I like seeing solutions like this. And it gives me hope. And also, purely just to the capitalists, this probably makes more sense financially in the long run. Not to mention from a job standpoint, the solar panels and everything else to make this. And then, these tomatoes have to get shipped to the rest of Australia. So there's a lot of solutions out there. And, the post office is going to electric cars, it's like, and electric trucks and stuff like that. So there's a lot of solutions out there that could put a lot of people to work and save us from climate collapse. So I'm going to keep following this Mike Hudema guy and keep finding his stuff on Twitter and sharing it with you because it gives me hope. So I appreciate all of you for watching and supporting what we do. Remember, follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. And this is how we make Gotham great again. And this is the kind of thing too, maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there, maybe future projects, it's something you could invest in. Maybe you can buy stock in this company. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there in terms of what I say on the show, vote with your dollars. You might be like, well, Graham, I can't build one of these things myself. I'm just a regular Joe with a regular job. Well, you could buy some stock in a company like this and invest in a company like this. This first thing popped into my mind. I was like, well, I'd like to invest in this kind of company, So anyway, I'm just throwing out ideas out there, folks. Thanks for supporting what we do. Like, share, subscribe, support us, all the scroll below, all the ways you can support the show. because we keep, we've been demonetized, but we keep going. We've been going for 2 years since they demonetized us. 2 years. We're still going. I'll be releasing more tour dates. Go to grahamelwood.com, sign up for the newsletter. You get a free smoothie recipe when you sign up for the newsletter. And I'll be announcing tour dates and everything else soon. Shave your knuckles for justice. Thanks for watching. Boom.